The moment you decide to renovate your home, you probably follow the exact same script as everyone else. You spend hours on Instagram and Pinterest, saving hundreds of design inspiration images and creating gorgeous mood boards. You then visit the showroom. You start picking out beautiful tiles, luxury countertops, custom cabinets, and those cutting edge high tech appliances you saw at the showroom. You call a general contractor to your home, show them the space, and ask, how much is this going to cost? It feels like a natural way to start, right? But as an interior designer and construction project manager with 15 years of experience in the field, I am here to tell you you are renovating backward. And this is the exact sequence why so many home renovations turn into absolutely nightmare. When you start with finishes and contractor quotes before you have a concrete plan, you are setting yourselves up for delays, massive budget overruns, and a tons of stress. Today, we are breaking down the three budget problems with the backward renovation, and I'm going to give you the exact professional framework I use with my clients to keep projects on time and on budget. Let's talk about the problems. Problem number one, you call a GC to your house for a walkthrough without a definite plan. You're looking for clarity, but here is what actually happened. The contractor starts painting a picture of what they think you should do. You should knock down this wall. You should move the plumbing to over here. They then give you a handful of design directions and a loose verbal estimate. Then you ask a fatal question. So, how soon can you start? And they say, I can have my crew start in a few weeks. But here is the reality check. The first phase of any successful renovation project requires 6 to 9 weeks of proper planning before a contractor should ever set foot on your property to give you a hard price. But most homeowners skip this entirely, and the result, you start a major financial project with zero clarity, an unrealistic budget, and a fictional timeline. In my practice, I run every project on a strict 80-20 rule. 80% of the work happens during the planning phase, and only 20% is the actual execution or construction. So before you talk to a builder, you need to lock down your exact floor plan, technical layout, and safe functionality. You need to know your constraints. For example, if you're doing a kitchen, you need to know your exact layout, functionality, and ventilation requirements, like whether you need a set of drawings from the engineer long before you demo the wall. This leads directly to problem number two, choosing the lowest bidder. So when you don't have a clear game plan, every contractor who visits your house is guessing. They are giving you a rough estimate because they don't have a solid architectural plan telling them exactly what to build. So when you pick the lowest bid under these conditions, you are actually saving money. You are just picking a person who neglects to quote all the details associated to the project. Once demolition starts and they realize the scope of work doesn't match their guess, then the dreaded change orders begin. And every change order adds on, wipe out your saving and driving you way over budget. The professional solution to this is creating a comprehensive technical design package before asking for bids. You need to use the digital tools like Room Sketcher or Rayon to draw out precise space plans, layouts, and materials, which I will cover in another video on how to use these tools. You need to specify everything down to the technical execution. Elements like checking the slip rating and coefficients of friction on your shower tiles to ensure safety. When you hand a contractor a complete plan with every finish, layout, and fixture pre-selected, they can give you an accurate fixed price bid, no guessing, no surprise change orders. Problem number 3 is the emotional and financial fallout. Because there was no real plan, the project drags on for months, and suddenly you're forced to make rapid, high pressure decisions right on the spot just to keep the crew moving. Because of constant change orders, you outrun your cash reserves and find yourself forced to borrow money or run up credit card just to finish the project. And here's the worst part. When the dust settles in, you often end up living with a style that doesn't match what you actually wanted, or an inefficient, dysfunctional space that is simply too late or too expensive to fix. So, how to avoid all this? The professionals use a visual rendering and pre-approved workflow before spending a dime on construction. Tools like Canva and Midjourney to see exactly how your materials, layouts, and lighting work together. You want to solve the layout, the aesthetic problems digitally where it costs nothing to change your mind, rather than on the construction floor where mistakes cost tens of thousands. Renovating your home should be an exciting transformation, not a financial horror story. You just need to stop doing it backward and commit your time to the planning phase first. So if you want to master this framework and get the exact clarity, timeline, and budget guideline you need for your upcoming project, I invite you to join my online community on Skool, the Renovation Planning Studio. It's where I pull back the curtain on my 16 years of industry experience to guide you every step of the way, from start to construction. So click in the link in the description box below and join us. Let's make sure your renovation is built on a solid foundation. If you found this video helpful, please like and share to help me grow my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I see you on the next video.